This Could Get Dicey is a Dungeons & Dragons podcast, so things can sometimes get a little, well, you know. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
Hello, and welcome to This Could Get Dicey, a D&D podcast where a group of buds get to unwind from their 9-to-5s and step into the world of Drew Gala. My name is Destiny Nieto, I play Loomis Bjorn, and before things get a little too dicey, I'd just like to say it's a beautiful day to get some hot goss.
Oh,
the chisme.
The chisme.
Hey, it's just us. It's just us here.
It's just us here.
No one else is listening.
It's not.
It's literally not just us. Right now it is, but when this comes out, hopefully it's a lot of people.
I'll bleep it out. I'll put the bleep on it.
Spill the tea. What is it?
No, I can't.
It's goss. It's goss. It's hot goss.
But it's a beautiful day to get some.
For me.
Go find your own.
Getting a little hot goss that doesn't affect you at all.
Yes.
That has like no like influence on your life, and you just get to be like, ooh, a little hot goss, and then you're just like, I'm gonna keep that to myself. Oh, it's a good little feeling.
That's exactly the type of goss that I got, and it was like with people I don't really know, and I was like, I love this because I have no stake in any of this. Thank you so much, person. I'm
not gonna be able to think about anything else.
It's something about Destiny, Kenny. It's just like the locket, the gossip.
It's just an
holds on
enigma.
to the secrets.
Just an enigma.
I like secrets.
Hi, my name is Alex Villarreal. I play Ellis Vendove, and today is a beautiful day to have a bad day.
Oh.
Gasp.
Oh.
Yeah, but you know those days when you you're getting into bed to go to sleep, and you already know what you have to do the next day tomorrow, and you're like, oh, it's gonna be a bad day, and then you're just like, it's okay, at least I'm gonna get some sleep. But then you close your eyes and you wake up and you're like, uh-oh, bad day's here. But then most days I would argue that like fucking 90% of the time you're like, this sucks, bad day, bad. But then there's those 10% days where you're just like, lock in, it's like we're being bad, and it's you just like just deal with it, and then you get out of the bad day and you're like, I did it, bad day, but I did it.
I'm gonna say something. Sounds like you have a lot of bad days, Alex, so perhaps your threshold for bad day is low.
That's a good point. I mean, yeah, I do have a lot of bad days. But
maybe it's just like you need to change your perspective on like what really determines a bad day.
it's usually when I know there are people and things that are going to make, like, usually it's like, I mean, let's be real, it's like work related, but like it's just being like, I know that it's gonna be a rough and bad day, and you're just like, fuck it, let's just do it, let's roll with the punches, let's get it. And then you come out of that, you're like, you feel pretty good about yourself, and then you go home and take a nap.
So essentially going into it knowing you're going to have a bad day helps with the bad day.
Yes.
Sometimes,
for sure.
Sometimes it does.
Okay. I think it definitely does. I had a bad day today. When I say bad, relatively bad, in terms of like, I knew I was going to get up at 5:30 and not be able to relax until we finish recording right now. When I love recording with y'all. I love spending time with you. But it's like 9 p.m. or something, and since I knew it was gonna be like this today, I was able to cope better.
You like flip a switch sometimes, and you're just like, let's lock in.
Exactly. See, I too had a bad day, and I didn't think it was gonna be a bad day, and I cried a lot today.
I'm with Destiny on this one. You guys sound like you have busy days. You're having busy days versus a bad day is when you didn't know it was going to be a bad day, and then everything bad just keeps happening, and then you're just
Well, it was busy, but I
of
also
course,
knew the
there
stuff
are-
happening was going to be bad.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Both could
but
be
I-
bad. Both could be bad days. It just
Yeah.
there seems to be a spectrum here, and most days everybody should try this because I think it might help. This is something I learned in therapy. Before you go to bed, write down 3 things, or just verbalize it. 3 good things that happened to you that day. The bar for good can be extremely low.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But it
Absolutely.
just helps you just be like, okay, everything's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's why I said relatively bad because I still got it pretty good.
Right.
I
Well,
mean,
I'm just
of
saying. I'm
course.
just saying. You guys sound like you have a lot of bad days. Maybe
I think
it's
it's
just
all-
because I'm on antidepressants and the 3 of y'all aren't.
It's all relative.
Put it
Yes,
in the
there-
water. Put bupropion XL in the water.
Right up there next to fluoride.
Yes.
Put it in there.
Yeah, because I mean, like the real bad days are the days where you're like, you wake up and you're like, it's gonna be a good day, and then things get progressively worse throughout the day.
That's worse. Yeah, I agree.
But sometimes it's good to lock in and face it head on, and you come out on the other end feeling like accomplished.
Another thing that might help you all and everyone at home is to have 30 pepper plants that you can stare at for 10 minutes at a time after every work meeting. So that way you feel a little better and put your life back in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get on that.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
I can lend
one
y'all my
pepper
tray.
plant at a time. Yeah. Hello, I'm Kenny Chilton, and I'm playing Emil Mazak, and it is a beautiful day to use a highlighter. That sounds so silly after Alice's.
Hey, sometimes highlighting things feels good.
I don't get
You
to
like-
highlight stuff anymore.
You
don't
don't do any
just do it
paper and pencil
randomly?
work? That was 3
lot of
questions.
questions
Can you
there.
can you answer them all at once?
I don't highlight things ever
All right,
anymore.
great.
You don't have any paperwork? No paper at all?
No.
Wow.
I highlight stuff a lot, and it feels good to. I use a highlighter as like a cross off my checklist thing, and it
Same.
feels good to do that.
Yeah, it like unlocks something in me. Like if I highlight something, it's either done or important. And it's just like
What color?
very.
What color you on right now, huh?
I'm a greenie,
I'm on green. I'm on green right now.
Whoa.
but I have one of those triangle ones. Like
Oh.
each corner is a different color. I use that, even though they're supposed to be like swag that you throw away. I use mine.
Nothing is garbage in my eyes when it comes from a conference. Everything is gold.
Swag daddy.
What's the best swag you ever got?
I got this was from a food conference that Alex and I have gone to. I got an avocado stress ball.
Ooh.
It was like cut in half, so it was like the inside of an avocado.
I picked up some solar eclipse glasses at a recent for the 10K Destiny, and I was around all my coworkers while we were looking at the solar eclipse. I had on the coolest glasses.
I can't say I've got any cool swag from like a conference, but at my previous job, I did get a lot of free swag. And the coolest thing I got was a cooler,
Yes, that
like
cooler set.
a giant, like cooler.
Oh, I was thinking of the fanny pack cooler that y'all also got.
Oh, we also have a fanny pack cooler, which is from the same. It was a swag pack. It was a fanny pack cooler, and then like a giant red cooler, and then a like towel jacket.
A towel jacket?
Yes.
Terry cloth? That sounds
Yeah.
dope.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember when you got that box, and I was like, man, my job sucks.
Yeah, that really puts our lanyards and novelty pins to shame.
Mine really sucks because I didn't even get this one, but I saw it and was like, that's good swag. I was at a festival last week, a theater and art festival, and they were giving away like Bluetooth speakers, like a full box Bluetooth speaker. I thought that was pretty cool. I also have
That's pretty cool,
The thermos
Kenny.
I use every day is also swag. I use it every single day. It was a swag thermos.
Stuff we all get, you know what I'm saying?
I guess moral of this, I should highlight more things.
Yeah, it's really
Yes.
satisfying.
Hello, my name is Becky Schmader, and I am the game master for This Could Get Dicey, and it's a beautiful day to pick up Farming Simulator 22 once again. We're so back.
What's your crop yield?
We are currently, so I'm starting from scratch again, per usual, and I bought 3 plots of land. One is growing sorghum, one is growing parsnip, and one is growing carrots because I got the Season 2 premium pass, so I got parsnips and
You're
carrots
the one
unlocked.
who got it. Okay.
I skipped year 1. I don't know. Year 1 doesn't matter. But year 2 came with parsnips and carrots, which are a pain in the ass to cultivate. So I'm actually kind of mad I did this to myself.
Can you apply like your IRL gardening to the simulator and vice versa?
A little bit. I don't know about simulator to garden, but garden to, it's like understanding better. There's all these steps so you have to take in farming simulator to produce the best crops. So you have to first like plow the fields, and then you have to cultivate the fields, and then every once in a while you have to fertilize the fields, and then sometimes there's cover crops, and cover crops I never really understood until I started gardening more IRL. Now I understand cover crops more, but you can do cover crops in farming simulator as well. But scale-wise, very different. I'm planting in 10-gallon buckets, basic or pots, and these are multi-acre plots of land. And
yeah, in farming simulator, you are feeding a small community. In IRL, it's just you.
Farming simulator, it might take multiple hours to actually harvest in the game, like multiple IRL hours to harvest a plot of land.
My favorite TikTok videos are the story TikToks, and in the background is farming simulator sped up by like 5 times speed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Should I try this on the pod? Send me one of those, and I'll try it on our TikTok.
That'd be fun. I came up with a funny TikTok in my head just now where your plants are watching you through the window. You're playing farming simulator. Like this bitch.
Yes.
I'll work on that one too.
I'm thirsty.
But yeah, so to harvest the parsnips right now, I have to get an AI farmer. They're coming for farmer jobs. Always have been. Anyways, you get a little NPC guy to help you out, and he has to drive the tractor that has the device that's like picking up the crops, and then you have to drive right next to him with your trailer to catch all of the parsnips. It's a pain in the ass.
So it's like a trail mission?
Trail mission.
Like, you know, and like, you know, like Assassin's Creed, like a trailing mission?
Yeah, you could
like
call
that?
it that. Yeah. But
0 out of 5 stars.
But doing that for like, I don't know, 5 hours.
You don't even get to harvest your own plants for 5 hours.
20 out of 5 stars. Negative 1,000.
Like 5 IRL hours?
IRL hours.
Yeah,
IRL hours.
5 IRL.
You're just following an NPC.
I think I meant I might only be 3 hours on this field, but I have to do it again for another field soon.
Holy cow.
This is why people have always made fun of me for playing Farming Simulator, but it's very peaceful. And maybe another reason why I have more good days than bad days.
That's it. For sure. That's it.
Damn.
Okay, who wants to play Dungeons and Dragons?
I want to farm.
I was about to say, I want to farm for 5
parsnips.
hours on my couch.
All right, in the episode, I gotta go help my guy with the parsnips. Last we left off, our adventurers had continued their trek into the tundras of northern Iceruin. Emil spoke with Helena more and showed her all of his notes on the mysterious plant matter. These notes seemingly triggered something deep within her, unearthing repressed memories of a time long past. Memories of many voices calling out to be fed, memories of this plant matter, memories of these voices. And Loomis dwelled on the concept of repressed memories. Continuing on, you all found some remains out in the wilds. Some had druidic symbols carved into them. Others were absolutely demolished, destroyed, decimated. Other words that start with D. Upon making camp that evening through the darkness, Loomis, with his superior dark vision and body, was able to see that heading towards your camp were 3 shambling figures. Some skeletal remains come to life, are making their way towards you. Hunched skeletal bodies, furs hanging over their shoulders, peering out from the deep well of their eye sockets. You can make out piercing undead eyes. About 120 feet away from you all are 3 of these creatures making their way towards you. I believe only Loomis and Helena are awake, unless I am mistaken.
I believe Loomis woke us all up.
Then everybody's awake. Everyone roll initiative.
All right.
15.
7.
10.
So yes, they're a little spread out, but they're 120 feet away from you all. Helena is up first. She is going to throw a javelin into the night with disadvantage because it's dark and it's 120 feet. And she misses.
Goodness gracious.
Typical Helena.
Typical Helena, I guess. Up next is one of these creatures who is going to shamble forward. It shambles forward about 60 feet towards you all. And I guess, how are you all sort of situated within the camp?
I think I just woke up, so I'm probably just like on a bedroll by the campfire.
Okay.
Same.
I'm by the backpack that was 30 feet from the camp that had the skull. Because remember, I
That's
crushed
right.
it.
Yeah,
That's
there was
right.
like a bag of bones.
Their bag of bones. I've crushed the bag of bones, so I guess I'm closest to these skellies coming at us.
Okay. All right. Then one of them is going to reach out its hand. You can see like flesh and muscle still sort of like hanging off of it, and it's reaching its hand out towards you, Loomis. And you look into its eyes that are set deep within the wells of its skull, and you need to make a wisdom saving throw as it is attempting to frighten you.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah, you see this thing kind of like open its mouth and like rattle its jaw, some sort of death rattle coming from the bowels of its body, and it is attempting to frighten you, but you shake it off. You are unfrightened. It is about probably like 45 feet away from you on like an angle,
Okay.
and that is its turn. Next is another one of these creatures that's going to move towards the campground. So they're a little spread out, like I said. So there's 145 feet to your left, 145 feet to your right, Loomis, and then 160 feet like in front of you. And next is your turn, Loomis.
I am going to run up to the one that tried to frighten me
Okay.
at full speed. My speed's 50, so I reach it.
Yep.
And I am going to attack it with my spear.
Okay.
Try to, at least. Does a 12 hit?
It does hit, but your spear is not magical. So you see, while you do like make contact and you get like a good like shove of your spear like into like its chest region, you can see that your spear kind of still glances off of the flesh, unable to pierce through.
Unable to
completely.
pierce through?
Yeah.
Okay. Seeing that, just had to make sure. I'm going to then use my bonus action to do an unarmed strike, 2 unarmed strike, and those count as magical.
Correct, because you're a monk.
Hee hee. Loomis goes hee hee. Just kidding. The first one is a 24,
That hits.
and then the second one is a 17.
That hits.
4. Not rolling too hot on the damage. So 8 on the first punch, claw attack, and then 5 on the next one.
Yeah, moving your spear away, you kind of sling it over your shoulder and then going like 1-2 with your punches, making very good contact with the bones of its body.
Sweet. And I'm going to do it once more with my extra attack.
Sure, of course.
19 to hit.
That hits.
For 5 points of damage.
Okay. Up next is another one of these creatures. You notice that this one has no head. Its shoulder is sort of like one of its shoulders looks like severely dislocated because it's missing its scapula. And then
is it also missing a femur?
It is.
I did take a femur.
And a rib. It's missing a rib, a femur, scapula, and its skull.
Is he hopping? How's he moving around without a femur?
You know, not great. So yeah, you see this one, it's like arm dangling. It's a little lopsided, but it managed to find like a stick to help like drag it along a little bit. How it found a stick with no head, I don't know, but it did. It also has no head. So this one's truly shambling. You thought those other two were shambling. This one's shambling its way towards you, Loomis. Is it towards you? It's headed towards the campfire direction. You happen to be in its line here, but it also cannot see because it has no head. So that it is this really barely put together one is now in front of you, Loomis.
Gotcha.
And that is that one's turn. Next is Ellis. These creatures are all about 60 feet from the campsite still.
We got 2 with heads and 1 no head.
That's correct.
Is there any inclination without using my action that like there are more coming? Like is there like a noticeable like wave of like more folks coming in?
Now that you're kind of like awake, go ahead and roll a perception check as a free action, just kind of getting your bearings here.
18 plus 7, 25.
You do not hear any other sounds. You know, you just hear these 3 making their way over to you.
So with the looking at one of the headed ones, like whatever one, I will run 30 feet towards it if they're all like 60 feet away from me. And I go, look at your buddy. Like you and him have a lot in common. And I will cast Unsettling Words on him as a bonus action, so he will take Bardic Inspiration away from his next saving throw. And then for my action, at a 3rd level, I will cast Blindness on both of the headed ones.
What is
so one of them
the range?
So one of them has blindness is 30 feet.
You won't be able to hit both of them.
I thought you said I was 60 feet away from them and I ran 30 feet towards them.
They're on separate sides.
Okay, then I'll just run towards the one that I yelled at, and I will cast blindness at just a normal level, 2nd level.
Okay. The one engaged with Loomis or the other one?
We'll go ahead and say that the one engaged with Loomis is the one I did Unsettling Words at.
Okay. Great. It must make a Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
That's a 15.
That fails.
Okay. That one is blinded then and has unsettled words upon it.
Well, it should have used the Unsettling Words on that saving throw, but it already failed.
It already failed. Okay. That one is blinded then. Anything else?
That's my turn.
Okay. So yeah, these 3 creatures, just to make sure the picture's painted, they're in a triangle still, so like they're now all probably like the one that Loomis and Ellis are closest to is like 45 feet away from the no head one, which is 45 feet away from the other one with a head. So it is like a triangle. Love triangles. Next is Emil.
Ew.
Great. I will. All right. Thank you for the picture. That does help me. The 2 that are behind, you said they're like 45 feet away from the one attacking Loomis. Are they heading towards us? They're coming towards us?
One of them, the other one with a head is like definitely like beelining more for the campsite, not towards Loomis. And then the one with no head is seemingly heading towards the action that Loomis is near. Has no head. We'll see how it fares.
All right. I am going to use one of my abilities that I have not used yet.
Oh.
It's part of like my monstrous aspects, which is like things I get as I level up. I'm going to spend 2 hit dice to recover my level 2 spell slot because I used it to locate that plant. And then I'm going to cast the spell Spike Growth.
Ooh.
I'll put my hands into the ground, and then the area, like kind of, I want to impede the movement of those headed towards the camp.
Okay.
So it's a 20-foot radius centered on a point. I want to try and capture. If it's 20 feet, that means I can get the one that's attacking Loomis and then have it just like a little bit away from the next one, right?
Yes. Yes.
I want to try and put this 20-foot radius in the way of them getting to the camp.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
The area becomes difficult terrain, and when a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet that it travels.
Oh my god.
Damn.
A creature approaching it, the transformation in the ground is camouflaged to look natural, but a creature that's approaching it can make a perception check to try and see it so they don't walk into it.
What happens if they're in it?
If they're in it already, if they try to move within it,
If
they're
they
going to
try
take
to
some damage. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Cool,
I'll
yeah.
cast that, and then I'll move. I have to move up next to Ellis to kind of do that.
Okay.
That is my turn.
Okay. Top of the order, back to Helena, who is now going to move towards the... There's one that's kind of like the isolated one with a head that's sort of headed towards you all, so Helena's going to head towards that one.
Watch your step.
She sees it and
Okay,
is
great.
able to go around.
I'm surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Well, okay, fine. Then she falls in it and dies. Is that what you want? Is that what you want?
She's having a bad day.
And she's going to throw 2 spears at the other headed one that is not near Loomis. Both of them hit. One is a natural 20. So she does 21 points of damage.
There we go. That's all the damage she should have done so far with all of her missed attacks put into one. Good job, Helena.
And so, yeah, now she's about 30 feet away from the other one. I don't know, something like that. And next is the blinded one that is next to Loomis. And it is going to attempt to attack Loomis. It is going to swing twice with disadvantage on you with its claws. Okay, that is a 23 to hit you, Loomis.
That hits.
Okay, and then the second attack is a 13 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay. You take 7 slashing damage as it slashes across you, as well as 10 necrotic damage, halved to 5 because you're resistant.
Correct. So 15 total.
No. 12 total.
12. I cannot count.
And so, yeah, it slashes at you with these, like, big, like, rotted fingers with, like, long, gross nails, dirt, all underneath them as it slashes at you. And that is that one's turn. Next is another one of these creatures. Back to the one that is engaged, or not engaged, but near Helena. So that one is going to shamble forward towards Helena. And is also going to attempt to frighten her. Oh, I said it.
Why'd you say it? Is that a secret?
It will attempt to frighten her. That's what I meant. Cool. She's frightened. And it will take some attacks on her as well. Okay. Some big hits on Helena as she gets frightened and as she's kind of like raising her shield to hunker down and guard herself from this creature. It takes a slash at one of her arms. And that is the end of that one's turn. Next is Loomis. You are engaged with the blinded one.
Blinded. And do I get an advantage for it being blind?
Yes. Attack rolls against blinded creatures have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. So you have advantage on all of these attacks.
Okay. I'm going to attack it 4 times. Once with my normal attack, I'm going to use a bonus action to do 2 more unarmed strikes, and then I have an extra attack.
And those are all with your hands?
All with these fisticuffs, baby.
Okay.
Rip
all
it
with
apart.
your little monk hands.
My little monk hands. My little vampiric superior body monk hands. And they're all with advantage.
Yes.
Okay. Hold, please. 18.
Yes.
23.
Yes.
26.
Yes.
Whew. 17.
Yes.
Let's go.
So 16. 16 plus 7 is 23.
23. Yeah.
23. 29 points of damage.
Total for all.
Total. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you let out an absolute flurry of blows here as you just 1, 2, 3, 4 plus probably like a 5, 6, 7, 8. You do a whole 8 count here as you punch it. And like you are like you can like feel that you're like crushing these like ribs in as you're like punching it. And you like stomp down on its foot, and like its foot bones are like crushed from underneath you. And it is, I don't know if it has blood or not, but it is bloodied. It is not looking good, as it's kind of like, you know, keeling over a little bit from all the damage you just laid on it.
Excellent. That is my turn.
Okay, next is the no-head creature. It is going to attempt some sort of sensory observation to see where it should go. It is going to, hearing like all of the commotion coming from its right, it starts heading that way into the spikes.
That's what I'm talking about.
And it's going to move, it's a 20-foot radius, so we'll say it moves about 20 feet.
Let's go.
This, while it's dragging its body with one. It's kind of sad. It's honestly a little sad. This thing is on 1 foot.
Not to me.
No head, no arm, or arm limp, dragging itself with the stick through this. So yeah, 20 feet through spikes.
All right, that's 8d4 damage. Oh shit! I dropped my die. 21 points of damage, piercing damage.
Right.
I assume it's magical because it's magical.
I would assume so. Yeah. Great. Yeah. As
it's also
it's making
actually it's also difficult terrain. So can it only move 10 feet?
No, because it could probably have moved more than that. So we'll say
Okay.
it stopped halfway through this and was like, "Oh my god, what am I doing?"
Okay.
So yeah, as it's like making its way through, you can see these like spikes are like tearing through the remaining like necrotic flesh or blighted. I don't know what is it? Is it necrotic flesh on it? Is being like torn away. You can see its good leg is no longer looking too great. As it's now like it's really like clinging onto this like staff, this makeshift staff that it has made, and it's sort of clinging onto it, feeling a little stuck here in all of these spikes. Next is Ellis.
I will throw an Eldritch Blast at the blinded one.
Okay.
18 to hit
Yes.
for 11 points of force damage.
Okay.
Still up?
Yes.
Great. I will throw my second one at the blinded one
Okay.
for a natural 20.
Hell yeah.
For 17 points of force damage.
Wow.
Okay. Still up.
Bummer. I will I will yell at Loomis, and I'm like, it's already blind like its friend, knock its head off, and give you bardic inspiration.
Yeah, we have the blind one, the headless one, and the scary one. Right, the one that scared Helena.
Yeah, so we have see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil somehow.
Be evil.
I mean, be evil.
Mm-hmm.
Next is Emil. And your spike growth is a concentration spell, I believe. Okay.
So I'm not going to try and do too much. I am going to use my Thorn Whip. I'm going to approach, first of all, to where I'm 10 feet away from the blind one.
Okay.
I'm trying to angle myself to where I'll be dragging it through the spike growth.
Okay.
I'm going to use my Thorn Whip to try and drag it through this terrain.
Okay.
I said I'm not going to do too much. That's kind of a lot, I guess.
No, that works. This is all.
That's one action.
We're working on theater of the mind and rule of cool, so that sounds cool. So do that.
That is a 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, it needs to make a strength saving throw. I'm going to drag it 10 feet through the thorns.
Okay.
But it does take some damage too. I just don't know how much.
That is a 16.
16 does not save. My save is 18.
Wow.
So it's going to take 1 point of piercing damage from my whip.
Okay.
But it does also take some piercing damage from the thorns. That's 8 points of piercing damage from the thorns.
Okay. Still up, but I think as you hit it with your whip and like pull it, I would say it's like lost most of its lower half. And so it's probably, mostly upper half of its body here trying to, it's still blinded, trying to get its bearings. So is it still blinded? It lasts a minute, right?
Yeah, it's 1 minute.
Okay. So yeah, it's grasping, can't see, just got absolutely yoinked through these thorn spikes, all of it, half of its body is gone. Anything else, Emil?
I should have done this before I attacked, but I didn't, so I'll just do it now. I'm going to eat one of my little berries.
What are they called?
Oh, sorry, Emil May snacks.
Thank you.
I'll eat a little Emil May snack.
Okay.
And snack on it.
Breaking news alert. Breaking news alert. I'm sorry to interrupt episode 49. That's crazy of This Could Get Dicey. But we have a breaking news alert. This Could Get Dicey has a Patreon. www.patreon.com/TCGDpod. If you have the means to offer a little support and you love this podcast and you love small creators, now's your chance. Head on over to Patreon. We have a couple tiers. Tier 1, Mechanical Humanoid. Whenever we do social media giveaways, you can throw in some extra entries. You get access to monthly polls to see what we do next. You'll be the first to know about anything upcoming. Tier 2, Full. You'll receive access to a monthly music drop, monthly submissions of items for Vinzor's Variety Mail Catalog. Tier 3, Hero of Drugala, a one-time gift of a dice bag, a chainmail dice bag made by GM Becky. You can also expect a one-time handwritten thank you note from Kenny's typewriter, and who knows what he'll add to it. And maybe even a personal seasonal postcard from the crew. But the best thing that you'll get from joining our Patreon is a shout-out right here on the ad break. I wanted to send a personal, heartfelt thank you to our first Patreon subscriber, our good buddy, friend of the show, Calvin. Thank you, Calvin, for supporting the show. It means the whole world. You can also check us out on Instagram and TikTok at TCGDpod. We also have a website, www.tcgdpod.com. We got a lot of stuff going on, but I don't want to keep you for too much longer. Enjoy the rest of this episode.
And that is Emil's turn. Back at the top of the order is Helena. She is now fully engaged with the creature. She is frightened of it, so she will be attacking with disadvantage, but she will be attacking it. Actually, before she does that, she's going to, pull her axe out. She's been working with javelin. She's going to pull her axe out and, ready her stance. And you kind of see her, look up into the sky, take a deep breath. Well, I don't know if you all see this. You at home will see this because I'm depicting it for you all. And she looks at the creature and points her axe at the creature and says, "I challenge you to a duel." And she is doing a knight's challenge as a bonus action upon the creature.
What's that?
It's very similar to
Compelled
duel, basically. But she then, if they fail, she can make attacks with advantage. Like one of her attacks can be with advantage, basically.
Ooh, that's cool.
It's time to
The creature fails, so it is compelled. Is compelled to engage with her, and she now can do advantage with one of these attacks.
Send them to the Chateau Realm.
Thank you, fellow Yu-Gi-Oh fan, for coming in there with me.
Okay, well, she had disadvantage with advantage. It was a 2, it was a straight roll, and then the other one with disadvantage.
I'm gonna start calling Emil Gramps, like Joey does in the show Yu-Gi-Oh.
He has no weak cards.
Despite her challenge, she misses her attack. So, standing as strong as she can in the face of her fear, or in the face of I'm tired. In the face of the thing that is frightening her, she fails. It is now the blinded creature's turn. It is thorn whipped. It is still. So you moved it. How many feet? How close is it to you now, Emil?
10 feet. I would have had to have moved up. Let's see, pretty close. I think probably within 10 feet. But I don't know how much it's still in the vines or not, or in the thorns.
I guess since it was technically on the cusp of the vines, it's probably now out of the thorns. Yeah. So it is going to move at half its speed on the ground towards you, and is going to bite at your ankles as it drags itself across the ground towards you. It's going to attack twice.
No.
With disadvantage.
Yay!
First one could have been a natural 20, but instead it's a 19 plus stuff. So
yeah, dog.
Okay, that one hits, and then the other one misses. So you take. You see this thing pull itself on with its hands towards you, grab and dig its claws and its teeth into your leg, and you take 7 slashing damage and 10 necrotic damage, so 17 total.
Woof. Okay.
That is that one's turn. Next is the one engaged with Helena. It is going to attack twice and hit once. So you see it kind of move her shield out of the way and slice at her chest. Helena is not looking good. And that is that one's turn. Next is Loomis.
For all you rules lawyers at home, I passed my concentration check on spike growth.
Thank you for doing that.
I was just about to ask.
We were all thinking it.
So, just to confirm, the one in the thorn whip isn't the one I was originally engaged with. It was the other one, right?
No.
It is the one.
It is the one that you were engaged with.
Okay. So would I technically have to step into the spikes to get the other one?
No, I think to get the other one, yes.
Okay.
I'm sure you have something about difficult terrain, though, right?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
You forgot about superior body?
About your superior body?
I forgot about my superior body.
Becky remembered? Just jump it. Just jump
You got superior feet or...
Yeah, I'm thinking
superior
if you
feet.
can jump...
Don't tell Emil.
If you can beat a 15 acrobatics, I think you can probably jump to this creature.
That's what I
in
was
the spike
thinking.
growth.
I want
Yeah.
to jump up onto its shoulders to
Sure.
beat it down to the ground.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll an
I'd like to do that.
acrobatics check. Or athletics. I assume acrobatics is better. though.
Acrobatics for
Okay.
sure.
You should still have bardic inspiration if need be.
I still have what?
Bardic inspiration if you need it.
Yes, I do. It's a 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 17.
Okay, great. Yes, you kind of your spear having not been useful so far in the battle against these creatures, you use it to pole vault yourself over the spikes and onto
Yes.
the shoulders of the creature that is already falling to the ground due to it dragging itself through these spikes. But yeah, you are now on top of this creature.
Excellent. I would like to hit it 4 times.
Okay.
Unless did my acrobatic count as a action
No.
or anything, or is that just
No.
movement?
We'll just say that's movement.
Rule of cool. Okay. So yeah, I would like to attack it 4 times.
Okay.
Okay. No advantage on this one because the other one was blinded.
I guess this one's technically blinded since it has no head. So we'll say with advantage.
Hell yeah, dude. I shit you not. I rolled 2 natural 20s.
God damn. Well, it only counts as one.
Da-da-da-da-da.
It only
I
counts
know,
as
it
one.
only counts as 1. He'd stop rolling like this. Oh well. Okay, so 1. Does a
That
27 hit?
Yes, yes.
Does a 14 hit?
Yes.
Okay. 18 plus 7
Yes.
hits.
Nice.
And then 19.
That hit. All 4 hit. Be sure to double the dice on your first one since it was a natural
Yee.
20.
So the natural 21 is going to be 14.
Okay.
And then, so that's 1. 9. So another 9 points of damage. Another 8 points of damage. And then another 6 points of damage.
You pole vault yourself over these spikes, land on top of this creature, and do a multitude of blows to it, pounding it into the earth and destroying it. It is dead.
Let's go.
Excellent.
Let's go.
And I
yeah.
ever so delicately on my tiptoes are on its like crushed remains, so I'm not on the spikes.
Right, of course. Yeah. Of course. And with that, it is now Alice's turn.
I'll actually drop concentration. That's a free action, right? I'll
Yes.
just drop concentration on the spell because they're not going to be in it anymore.
Okay. Great. No more spikes. Alice's turn.
With the blinded one down, my concentration drops
No.
on blindness.
Incorrect.
No, the headless one?
The headless one's down.
Oh, so the blinded one is still alive?
Yes.
On the blinded one, I will do 2 Eldritch Blasts, or at least 1 Eldritch Blast.
Sounds like a soap opera, The Blind and the Headless.
Future one
Unrequited
shot.
love. That's a 13
That hits.
for 14 points of force damage.
Okay, still up.
Jesus, this one's fucking tough.
Yeah.
Another 13
Oh, it's because he had all of his bones still?
It had all its bones.
Ah, okay.
The other one didn't have all its bones.
for 8 points of force damage.
Okay. Yeah, as this thing gets yanked through the spikes and is crawling its way towards Emil and biting at his ankles, you send 2 Eldritch Blasts, kind of like flipping it over off the ground, flinging it away, and that one gets decimated.
And then I will use my movement to run towards Helena.
Uh-huh.
And as I'm running towards Helena, I will yell at the other cultist and say, "You better watch out, you're messing with the champion of Siloria!" And I will cast another unsettling words at that one.
Okay. And it is Emil's turn.
I will leap over the carcass of this dead body on the ground now. Run towards Helena as well.
Okay.
While I'm doing that, spend another 2 hit die to get my 2nd level spell back. And cast Wither and Bloom around Helena and this other creature.
Okay.
It needs to make a Constitution saving throw at minus a d6 because of Alice. It's trying to beat an 18.
It fails.
Okay, it's going to take some damage. It's going to take 2d6 necrotic damage. Well, that's terrible. 5. 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And Helena can spend 1 hit die to heal herself.
Excellent.
Oh, plus my spellcasting modifier, which is a 7.
Excellent. You basically negated all the damage she just took.
Great.
So she's looking relieved at that. Anything else, Emil?
That's it.
Next is Helena's turn. She is still frightened by this creature, but since it's successfully dueling her, she can roll with advantage. So it's a straight roll for this first attack as she goes to whack at it twice with her axe. First one hits. Second one misses.
As the first one hits, Ellis will yell out, "Hey, idiot! How about you Cervus Deez nuts?" And I will cast Silvery Barbs to roll with disadvantage.
Oh, this is Helena attacking it.
Erase that. I'll edit that part out.
You can't.
I'll save it until later.
There we go.
Okay, next is the skeletal figure that is engaged with Helena. It is going to attack twice
Here it comes.
with advantage.
Wait for it.
Okay, first one hits.
Cervus Deez nuts, Silvery Barbs.
Okay, excellent. You shout at it, and it rolls. So it rolls again, basically, and takes that dice roll.
It rolls. I force disadvantage, so I make it roll again. It has to take that dice roll. I'll pass advantage on to Helena.
Okay. Great. That first attack now misses. Second attack.
Yeah.
Second attack misses. Great. So yeah, it gets a little distracted, like moving its head to look at you as it distractedly swipes at Helena. And next is Loomis's turn.
Sweet. Loomis is going to run up to where Helena is and attack that skeletal creature
Excellent.
4 times
Okay.
with their fists.
Okay.
Claws, whatever.
Right.
No advantage. Mayhaps advantage?
Just because.
What if I flank?
Oh. Technically, yes, you would be flanking. So, okay. Okay.
Confidence.
Advantage granted.
It never hurts to ask.
Flanking.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
On all of them?
Sure.
So resigned.
I wanted to count, Becky.
Yes.
Be more
Yes.
excited.
You're flanking and you're punching as many times as you can, and you're catching it by surprise, and it's engaged with Helena and wants to duel her while also being distracted by Ellis. So, yes, all of these are with advantage.
Thank you. First one. 19.
Yes.
Second one. 17.
Yes.
Third one, dirty 20.
Yes.
Fourth one, 17.
Yes. All hit.
9 plus 5, so 14. Plus another 9, which is 23. And then plus 6.
29.
29 points of damage.
All right. This
Fuck.
one was looking okay, but now that you've come up to it and just like absolutely like pounded away at its ribs, it's looking like its back's a little broken and doesn't look great, but it's still up.
Cool, that's my turn.
Okay, next is Ellis.
Bonus action Hex. On the last one, disadvantage on strength checks.
Okay.
2 Eldritch Blasts. Coming at him. First one will hit, 18.
Yes.
Second one will hit, 19.
Yes.
15 points of damage on the first one.
Okay.
20 points of damage on the second one.
Damn, y'all be doing damage.
Y'all do be doing damage. Yeah, as this thing is like absolutely just getting surrounded, what does this look like as you finish the last of these?
I do like a Vegeta Final Flash with my 2 Eldritch Blasts as I hold both out and like arms extended, and I go, I don't think you heard me the first time. Cervus Deez nuts! As I just like blast him to hell. To hell with the devil he goes.
Okay. All right. You have defeated all 3 of these creatures. Their druidic symbols that were on their body no longer glowing. I think I forgot to mention that this episode, but I did mention it last episode if I remember right. Anyways, they have druidic symbols that are no longer glowing. Some of them look like piles of bone dust, much like you would see in a video game after you defeat a skeleton and they turn into bone dust. Definitely 2 of them look like that. The other one, there's some bones there. And Helena's
not for long. We're crushing those the fucking things.
Okay.
Fuck these
So yeah,
bones.
as all 3 of you just start beating these bones with bats, do you all do anything?
Yeah, we throw all the dust and leftover bones in the fire.
Yeah.
And then the fire turns green. And
Oh god.
No,
We
just
did.
kidding. No, it doesn't do that.
Helena, do you think Siloria liked that cool line I said twice?
Siloria loves nuts, so I do believe that she would agree that they should be serviced.
Fuck yes, bro. Hell yes, bro. Siloria's a party animal. I love that. Fuck yeah. How you doing? You look pretty fucked up right now.
I was fucked up, I will admit, yes. And then Emil gave me some bloomage, if you will. I don't know what else to call that one. And I'm feeling okay.
All right. Real quick, just so I don't feel like a total idiot, those were Cervus folks, right?
Absolutely.
Sweet. That would be really stupid if those were not.
So those were... Could we all agree that was quite evil of those skeletal figures to come to us in the nighttime, glowing with druidic symbols across their body and eyes and their sunken little peepholes?
I've seen worse.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
And I did cast the first stone by stealing one of their heads and clavicles and femurs and some ribs.
I noticed, though, the one that you stole bones from was much weaker, perhaps a lesson learned, and that those that we run across that have remains, we should just steal bones from them.
I'm just gonna crush every bone I see from now on.
That would make more sense than to have a bag of bones.
I'm not doing all this semantic bullshit. Those were evil fucking headless weirdos who were coming out of the woods to kill us. They were evil as hell. Service bad.
Yeah, agreed. Are we safe here? Or should we be moving?
Helena's eyes are tearing up now that she feels like she's made a breakthrough with the 2 of you. I'm so happy that you agree. Service.
Helena, I've been on your side since day one.
I know this, Emil.
My name's Ellis.
Thank you, Helena. I'm sorry to see the light.
Loomis, would you agree that these were evil creatures?
Yeah, I guess.
And that they were from Cervus?
I mean, I can't confirm or deny that. I don't really know who Cervus is.
You see her sink into herself a little bit.
Has the Arthur fist.
Yeah. Yes. All right. I think, listen, a dragon could come here over this campsite in 10 minutes from now, so the wilds are never safe. But we would be safer to camp here than to move through the night, I believe.
Oh, God. Okay. I do feel like I need to tell you, Helena, that about 5 miles that way, I did kind of sense that plant we talked about earlier is there.
That is the direction in which we are going.
I know that. I talked it over with the rest of the Foolies, and we decided it is best if you knew what we were walking into.
I appreciate your honesty and forthrightness. Is that the right way to use that word?
I don't know if it's a word or not.
Forthrightness? That sounds right to me.
That sounds very correct.
Great.
I don't know. Language has changed in the last 900 years.
Of course, 1,000 years ago, that was probably a word.
Anyway, how does that make you feel?
Well, my mission seems like it might be more clear then. If Siloria sent me to help you all, and now you are finding that this plant, in which I believe is connected to evils from the past, is that way, then I believe my path is true, in which I should probably go that way to destroy said plant. Would our intentions be combined and unified?
We don't know.
It's hard to say. Last time we ran into it, we collected some of it. We fucked up that pedestal it was growing out of. Or Ellis did, specifically.
I mean, Helena, not to be selfish here, we, for sure, plant totally seems super wicked, evil, bad, for sure. But also, stop me if I'm reaching here, Emil, the main reason we're going to Ursa Nor is for Emil.
Yeah, but I don't know if we run into the plant. Ice Rune's been doing fine for 1,000 years without this thing, so I think we can kind of get rid of it, do a little bit of gardening, weeding.
Unless the people of Ursa Nor worship this plant and depend and need on this plant to survive.
Yeah, Emil, what if this plant's your answer? What then?
What if it's a symbiote?
Then we'll be taking some.
All right.
We will see when we get there what the plant, where it is and what its purpose is. We are aligned enough, I would say.
I think so. I think we're very aligned. And Emil, if you turn into a variation of Venom, you're pretty fucking badass.
It's better than a tree person, honestly. Better than a tree person.
Absolutely. You could just run. You could run around these woods all day, and be like, "Service these nuts, service these nuts," and you just so cool.
All right, I'm gonna get some sleep. Can I sit down next to our campfire if it's still going? And is the bite mark or the bite wound that I got? Is it just a regular bite wound? Is it chill or is it some kind of fucked up shit?
Roll a medicine check.
Nope. A 5.
It seems like a normal bite to you.
Thank God there's nothing to worry about there. Good night.
Yeah. Do you all just go to bed for the evening or for the rest of the?
Yes.
This was in the middle of y'all's rest.
Loomis continues to stay watch since he doesn't sleep, so he's just kind of circling the perimeter, making sure there's no more skeletal beings, kind of just checking around, making sure there's nothing else coming at us for the rest of the evening or through the morning, I guess.
Yeah, you all get back to sleep, and Loomis, you patrol the area. Even Helena has decided to kind of get a little shut-eye, or at least a little meditation there. You do not notice any more skeletal creatures in the night. The sun begins to peek out in the morning. Do you all do anything before heading out?
I'll hand out the May snacks.
Okay. Just maybe take extra precautions to make sure our camp is cleaned up from tracks and make sure nobody else can follow us or anything.
Alrighty. You all clean up your campground from the night and start continuing your trek onwards towards Ursa Nor. You all travel for about 2 or 3 hours, and you make your way over a small ridge, and there below you, in the valley below, you can see a town that you assume to be Ursa Honor, and that is where we'll end tonight.
I'm so happy that those druids didn't. Did they say any words to us?
They weren't druids, were they? Were they?
Yeah, they were evil druids.
They were creatures.
Don't shrug like that. Answer the question.
I referred to them as creatures the whole time. Alex is over here calling them cultists and druids, and
I only call them druids.
You said
cultists.
You did say cultist at one point.
I only call them.
And
I'm
then
not gonna let
I
you
did
gaslight
go back
me.
to my notes like, what the hell did I miss?
I thought they were skellies the whole time.
I guess we'll see. Anyways, this could get bonesy.
Incredible.
Hi everyone, thanks so much for listening to This Could Get Dicey. Please check out our new Patreon at patreon.com/TCGDpod. Please also check out our socials, TikTok and Instagram at TCGDpod. And please listen to our next episode on Wednesday, May 22nd.